Hello and welcome back to Crew 42's coverage of the Greater Peoria Open presented by Innova, powered by Power Grip and Double Eagle Disc Golf. We are at Northwood Blacks, one of the most difficult courses, if not the most difficult course in the world for our MPO lead card, round 3 coverage. My name is Zach O'Haron, and on the commentator's mic, I've got Debo with me. How you doing?
Good, Zach. I'm super excited to watch all of us play this final 9. This is such a battle between top 2, 3, and 4. This is just so awesome.
Yeah, we've got battles for, as you said, for the win and for the podium right now. Fredy absolutely lights out in that front 9, going 7 birdies. Made a big put on 1 for a par save and missed a tap in on 3, so it could have been 9. He is playing lights out right now and now has a 1-stroke lead after being down by 4 through the first two rounds. And he's going to try to push that further, or Collin needs to make a move to get that lead back. Hole 10 starts us off 400 feet. It's a difficult hole to reach because there's a low ceiling off the tee. You may see some rollers off to the right side. There isn't high left gap you can do for a high roller to try to get that one down. We'll see what our guys have in store for us. He's asking this. Fredy's asking it to come back left. Oh my. Goes deep of the basket.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have a putt, though.
Yeah.
Not too far.
Yeah, inside circle. We'll see if he has any
It's not often you see a disc go past this basket.
Very true. There's a little brick wall in the front that likes to gobble up discs. Oh, wow. GT going for that roller play. Looks like he clipped a little bit of the branches there. It's going to leave him short, but should be able to get up and down for a par from that position. Looks like you're going for a similar line to Fredy.
Yeah, trying to flip up something right down the middle. And it was looking so good, and it just dropped right out of the sky.
I was going to say, you could see the cameraman tracking it. It's right in the center of the screen and then gone. Like, whoa, where'd that go?
Yeah, it was like a massive drop, and there wasn't much wind at all.
Collin trying to throw the forehand, gets a kick left, but he should be far enough forward to see the basket from there, yes?
Yeah, he should be able to get up and down, no problem. Leaves it a little short. He's going to have a big tester for par.
GT now is going to throw an approach. Oh my, that is held on to it maybe too long there. He's actually well short of the basket. You can see his reaction, just not what he needed to do. Tebow, you are from maybe 50 feet. Man, that was looking good. Good height, just a little wide.
Yeah, I was trying to give it a bid because you can definitely go far past this basket. But at this point, I was like, I got nothing to lose. Just run it.
Yeah, you and GT are trying to fight for position as Collin makes a great putt. That's a stroke-saving putt potentially from Fredy because we don't know how obstructed he is. He might be able to not lose a stroke here. GT trying to do the same thing. But you guys...
Yeah, those are both great par putts.
Yeah, you guys are all battling right now. You said it at the beginning here. We have Fredy and Collin trying to position themselves for the win. GT and you are like trying to finish off the podium as of right now.
And why not? Just go 8 down through 10, Fredy.
I mean, this pace is insane. I mean, come on. Oh, yeah, that was a little high, but it stayed in.
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody being 8 down to 10 on this course.
And that means if he shoots 1 down between this hole and the rest of the round, which is difficult, he could be tied with course record. So we'll see if Fredy can keep it together. Hole 11, par 3, 380 feet. Difficult hole, I'd say. It's a tight turnover that you need to cut this corner. The trick is, in my opinion, you have to give it height, which is difficult to commit to in order to kind of turn the corner here. If you have the forehand, I think that's the better play.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one.
The problem with the forehand is it's 380. It's a bit of a pump.
Yeah, it's a hard shot, backhand or forehand.
Fredy coming up a little low. He threw it too short, and that's the same miss he had in round 1 as well. Should be able to get up and down for par. Oh, yeah. Sit down. Whoa, big flare from GT. And I mentioned this in front 9. GT had been talking about after round 2 that he had added quite a bit of distance to his forehand he hadn't realized. And that's a pump. That's a carried 350 forehand around a tight corner.
Yeah, I think I can see the distance he added.
Almost cut the corner for you there, Debo. Hit that last dark inside tree you needed to miss.
I'm just happy I'm in the fairway this time.
Ooh, this looks left for Collin, and it is going to be left. Gets a pretty decent kick into the fairway a little bit, though.
Yeah, definitely a good kick. Now he can get up and down instead of pitching out.
It's got to be tough for him right now, and I mean, I'm certain he's probably battling that in some way, shape, or form. Last day of an 8-tier, you had a 4-stroke lead. You shoot -2 through the front 9 holes, which is pretty good, and for whatever reason, you've lost the lead.
He's definitely feeling some nerves. I know I would.
You get caught up early. Fredy, does he have another big putt in him?
Who knows with him?
No, but it's going to be close for a tap-in par for him. You think about running this from here, or are you just going to lay up?
No, I'm just trying to lay up.
And
I don't want to add more strokes onto my scorecard.
Yep. You do so nicely, though. You'll be right under the basket. GT kind of having to go an awkward stance for his birdie look. Circle's edge.
Oh.
Very close.
So close. Yeah, this is a hard birdie to get. One of the harder par 3s.
Yeah, averaging 3.33 on the day. And really, as long as you don't get off the fairway or kick too early, you should be able to save a par pretty reasonably. In fact, looking at scores right now, only Ryan, excuse me if I butcher this name, Geyer is the only one with a birdie in round 3.
That's a great birdie from Ryan.
Hole 12, 1,050 feet. Whether you want to say infamous or famous, either way, it is arguably the most difficult hole on the face of this earth. Averaging almost every time over 6, maybe 6.5 even at times. You need a perfect shot off the tee. Debo, you showed the perfect way to get a par on this hole, throwing rock 3 times and an approach disc to get underneath the basket for a par. In 2 shots, if you're over that ravine, is a perfect setup, and then from there you just need to get up and down for your par look. That is the plan here. Birdie is insane. Fredy was a little off the tee, or excuse me, off the fairway after his first drive yesterday. He's going to need to make sure this doesn't turn over too much today. Oh, man.
I feel like that was a good second tree.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I want to know how much he paid the trees before coming into this round, because he's had some great kicks. Flippy.
It was weird. We had some wind on this hole coming from the field to the left.
You can see it in the trees just a little bit. GT turns his very flippy red disc over a little too much. He'll be on the inside. This looks okay from Collin. Yeah, pretty decent little tree nudge, too. He'll probably be able to get over the ravine in 2. Are we going to be able to see back-to-back rocks? Oh, that's a little shorter this time, right?
Yeah, a little shorter. I'm probably going to have to disc up to a fairway from that one if I want to go over.
Okay. GT looks like he's laying up short of the ravine here.
Yeah, when you're on that right side, you don't have much besides a pitch out.
Now, here's a question. We understand GT, he's been surging in the tour. He had a very good ledgestone this year. From that position, can he get on top of the platform?
He definitely can if he wants to go for it.
You definitely went fairway to try to get aggressive. It's going to be just a little short and right, but hopefully...
Yeah, that's like a big cliff right there. And luckily, I stuck in the tree right on the edge of the cliff, so I was able to not, die on my next shot.
Good. I was going to say, hopefully you'll be able to pitch up there, maybe save a par. We see GT... No, excuse me, that's not GT. That's Fredy go too far left, and he is kicked into the shrubbery on the left side of the bridge.
Yeah, he went way left.
Looks like Collin's going to be short on the short side of that hill. He's on the right side, or the side closest to that camera there on the hill, but short of the plateau.
Looks like GT's going for it up top.
Yeah, he's sending warning shots to the chase card. Come on, move it along. And
oh, yeah.
That grabby grass was very fortunate, because if it didn't get grabbed there, that was going knee height on some of those guys. So
I agree.
He definitely pumped one out there. Oh, no. That is not in position.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky from there.
Fredy is in a world of trouble over here. He tries to pitch, hits a tree almost immediately. He defers to you, I believe, here, because it's going to take him a minute to get to that shot. And you just did a little pitch out.
Yeah, that's all I could do from there. It was really sketchy.
All right, now we have Fredy again, trying to advance. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was great from there.
Yeah, it's a little pinched. He shouldn't be able to get to the basket from there, but it's not going to take too many strokes from that position to be able to finish this hole. Hey, center fairway, just like you planned it.
There's my good tree kick.
All right, we've got Collin now. Probably just a pitch to the top of the hill.
Yeah, even if he can even get to the top of the hill. Yeah, it looks like he got it.
Yep, a little on the right.
Sometimes you're so pinched over there, you can't even get to the top.
Yep. GT now. Let's see if he can make something magic happen, because this is his fourth. Gets a little ground action. He's going to be short of the basket, but I think that's just inside circle for a par look.
Definitely has a good putt for a par, which is amazing from his first shot.
Fredy not liking his lie here. He's got some thoughts to go with. I think he's thinking roller to get to the basket, and this one with a little too much cut is going to go right into that thick little patch of wood. Here's Collin with a turnover, just splits those branches perfectly. Good tree nuzzle. That's going to be right by the basket. Here you are with an approach. Just a putter, I imagine.
Yep, another warlock.
Oh, a little too far right. Gets clipped up early.
Yeah, I should have went with that Devil Hawk again.
Yeah, haven't you learned by now? It's been so good to you.
I know.
I was going to say, actually, if I think about this for a second, I don't think after you've thrown the Devil Hawk that you ever missed an approach or a putt after that. Well, now it doesn't matter because you just made that putt.
Yeah, that was scary. That was a small window, and I definitely didn't think I was making it.
Great 6 save for you, which isn't really that bad. Still strokes.
No, one over on the weekend on this hole is.
Oh,
you can't ask for better.
Yeah, that's so good. As you might imagine, 12 playing as the most difficult hole in the tournament. Double bogey there for Fredy, which all in all isn't that bad considering he had 2 bad throws off there to the left of the bridge. There were no birdies on the day. Average 6.8 at the tournament on round 3. Yeah, it's a tough hole. Hole 13, par 4, 653 feet. First shot's got to be perfect here, right? Over the log, hyzering, trying to get to this small little pine tree, but left of it. Would you say 450 power, maybe a little more?
Yep, 400 to 450. You have to throw a hyzer and have it flip up slowly and then still finish the left. It's such a hard shot.
And then the second shot is even, just as hard. You have to water carry over a small pond that is not defined by the water edge OB. There's actually a lined string OB. Got to make sure you get it over that if you're trying to get a birdie look.
So you were saying earlier that Fredy eagled hole 3, correct?
Mm-hmm.
My first time ever playing this hole, I eagled this hole.
Stop it. Please tell me and tell everyone at home that you threw in the deadlock.
First of all, GT's shot right there was incredible.
Absolutely.
But I threw my drive just like him from there, but was a little shorter. And I literally just picked up my same disc, flicked it, and it just went in the basket. But there was less stuff to miss, and it was a little more cleared, and it was fall time. And it just went right in the basket. I picked up my driver, then flicked my driver.
Does that impact you at all when you come to a tournament like this one, right? And you're thinking, I got to attack this course, I got to attack this way or whatever. When you get a bonus score like that, does that impact how you play the hole at all? Or is that just something you're like, oh, that was really unique and interesting, but not what I'm ever going to do?
Yeah, it was pretty much just luck, and I'm never going to be throwing a driver on my second shot from there. I was actually playing my buddy Rich Klein for $100 on his birthday when that happened.
Oh, no. Sorry, Rich.
Oh, he beat me.
Oh, okay. Worked out. Happy birthday, Rich. Well, we have 3 people who have driven the disc almost into a perfect location. Fredy might be a little short. Collin's forced to just pitch around the corner because he wasn't far enough. Fredy is also going to pitch. He got punished in round 1 trying to go for it when he shouldn't have with an OB. So he's just going to pitch there, try to play for par. But you're going for this, yes?
Yeah, I got nothing to lose. I'm pretty far from the lead, so might as well go for everything I can.
Have you been checking scores at all at this point in the round?
I checked once or twice, and I knew I was pretty far back, so I didn't really look to the last couple holes, maybe just to see what me and GT were doing.
Sure.
And anyone on the chase card.
Yep. I was going to say, you kind of check first for the lead, but how long? Let me ask you this there. How long, if you're looking at the lead and then all of a sudden you kind of realize that it's not going to be for you, right? Someone else is going to win it. At what point do you start looking at the people around you and you start playing for position?
It just depends. Right after hole 12, I looked at it because we were the last card, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see what everyone else did on hole 12. And a lot of people didn't do well on hole 12, and I had a good lead on 5th place over my 4th place, so I kind of was just chilling and doing whatever I wanted to. No stress, really.
Yeah, and Collin just went OB. Made it across the pond, but that is a huge error as he is only 1 stroke down from Fredy, and if he doesn't make this putt, it might be more than 1 stroke that he loses.
Yeah, and this is a tester with the slant behind the basket.
And it's not high enough. It's too low. He'll have a 10-foot comeback putt. And Fredy with a chance to take 2 strokes on Collin. Man, your putting looks so much better today.
Yep. Some days are good, some days are bad. It's just, that's how golf works. But as we were talking, we missed GT's shot. He put it right under the basket for a tap-in birdie.
Yeah, good recovery for him. He's had a couple pars here, and really hole 12 is the start of kind of the gauntlet of really tough holes. And I really like the placement too, because you're pretty tired at this point in the round. It's probably been a couple waits. It's hot. There's elements to battle with, and now all of a sudden you have to play the most difficult hole in the world, and it can add up on you. Those strokes can add up if you don't stay focused during that time. Speaking of hardest hole in the world, GT thinks this is the second hardest hole in the world. Just for perspective here, hole 14, par 5, 893. You need all of 450 off the tee on a little bit of hyzer, get this disc up and to the left. If you don't have the power to reach it, I would recommend maybe a little farther right, maybe a little turnover to kind of see the angle for your second shot. But if you could get to the corner here, I mean, this is a very tight fairway. I think you just want to take a mid-range and just kind of truncate it in half to try to get to the basket in as few strokes as possible.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with GT. This is probably the second hardest hole in the world.
Thankfully, they already finished the hardest. It almost feels actually to me that 12 might be getting easier for the top level pros. Oh, GT with an early kick there, not what he wants. But for the top level pros, because you all are starting to get wise to the game here, right? Like you took a par in round one because you just threw mid-range, approach putter, tap in par. And you're not thinking, oh, I need to go for birdie. Oh, I need to get in perfect position. You're just playing for general position and taking a good score. And I still think the lower level pros who haven't learned that yet are still trying to throw drivers to kind of get across from bad positions and taking bigger numbers. While this hole, I still think the pros kind of scratch their head at.
100%, I agree. And they've also done a lot of work on hole 12, so it's been opening more and more every single year.
Yep.
Hole 14, that we're playing now, they've done some work, but it's always going to stay tight like this.
Yep. And just so everyone at home is clear, they did work on that hole, and it still averaged 6.8. It's a par 5. It's a tough hole still, even with all that work added to it. All right, looks like GT here is a little short. He's going to pitch to the corner. Well done from him. He'll be able to see down the fairway there. Collin did not land in an optimal place. He really needs to get a couple good holes going here if he wants to get back in this race. Ooh, you can see kind of the corner here.
Yeah, I wasn't getting too aggressive, but I just wanted to get pretty far up there.
I love that play. Kind of a half run up. You get good distance around the corner, but you're not being greedy, and you'll have a kind of a turnover up shot from that position, I think.
Yep. Yeah, I actually like that spot because I like doing the little flip up turnover.
Fredy says, anything you can do, I can do a little better. He has landed near that 250 yellow stake on the right side. He is going to
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's a great spot to be in after 2.
It looks like GT has a driver here, so he's getting aggressive.
No. You don't want to be over there.
No, luckily it was pretty low, though. If he was any higher, it would have been way worse.
Oh, for sure. Collin is drifting, gets good distance, and really that's all that matters here. He'll have a couple alleys to pick from for his next shot.
Like, this is my favorite shot in the game right here.
Rock flip up, slight turnover. Oh, little nudge. Still carries. You're going to be just outside circle?
Probably mid-circle, too. It looks a little farther.
Okay.
Or it was a little farther in person.
Fredy, after 2 absolutely perfect shots, is going to yank this one right. Stays in the fairway, though. That's his third. He'll probably have to settle for par now, which is a good score on this hole.
Oh, 100%. It's just like hole 12. If you can par it, that's amazing.
Collin, thinking the over-the-fence play is going to be his best gap. Hangs it a little too far right, is actually wedged between some of those branches. You can see the disc floating right there, and the fence. So he'll be in bounds for his next putt, but it will be a tough, tough lie. Oh, no, GT.
Yeah, I just didn't get the right angle on that one.
Yeah, trying to get roller aggressive, and it, like you said, not the right angle, kicked right back to the right side of the fairway. All right, Fredy in the circle, 15 feet left for his par, which is a 3-stroke improvement from round 1, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, That is correct.
Oh no, and GT is struggling to get out off this hole. He keeps just not getting distance. Tough stance for you there, huh?
Yeah, it definitely was. But had to give it a bid.
GT with a skinny lane. Oh, just off the left side. He's had a couple putts this round that have missed on that AM side there. He's very close to getting a couple extra putts in there today. If I'm
This doesn't look fun.
I was gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, Collin actually announced to the card after finding out he was outside that he was gonna put his foot in front of his lie, pick it up, throw the disc, and then land it back down again in order to get a legal throw. Is that correct?
Yep. I said, okay, Barry Schultz, do what you got to do.
Too funny. Okay, I think Fredy is feeling a little relief here. He has 3 strokes just at this moment, and he's going to get a few more, or at least one more after Collin takes a bogey here, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to keep track of scores on 12 and 14 because there's so many throws.
Yeah, 12, 13, 14. It's so many strokes in between those 3 holes.
Yeah, if they all take par, that's still 20 throws. So there's a lot of throwing going on.
Someone always messes up on hole 14. I feel like they don't do it on purpose. It just happens.
Yep, correct. Hole 15, the last hole really in this tough gauntlet here, 650 foot. What makes this hole tricky, Debo?
Well, you can see the fairway is all slanted to the left, and the whole left side is OB. So when you're throwing like that, your disc is going to want to go left. So you'll see a lot of people go at the flippy fairway mid-range. Fredy might go driver because he always full sends everything. But the main play is a stable forehand or a little flip-up backhand.
We got you first off the tee. Looks like you've got that rock just playing into that kind of drainage position, I would say.
Yep.
Yep, good position. Maybe a little short, but we've seen you throw a forehand from there, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I'll take that all day on this hole.
Got Fredy here turning this one over. Extra safe in round 1. He threw that OB. I think he might have been overcorrecting there. He'll be way back for his next shot.
Yeah, but he can still get up and down from there.
Probably 400 or so.
Yeah, a little difficult, but he can do it.
This looks really smooth from Collin. Needs to sit down. Oh, gets a good tree nudge again.
Yeah, he'll like that because it'll open up the forehand for him.
Taking a look at scores right now, Fredy's pretty much locking in first place at this point, unless he has a blow up on this hole or one of the final few holes with OB. Collin pretty much has secured second place. He got a 4-stroke lead on GT, and you and GT are going to be battling here. Fredy now got the blue disc in his hand. He's going to throw something flippy. Trying to get this one to work around. Catches some guardian trees right before the green. He's going to have a long look.
We've seen him make a couple of those. We know he can do it.
Hey, you are not wrong. He has made some banger putts in this round. This looks a little inside from Collin, and it gets clipped early. Your forehand from here. I don't remember what this disc was. I just remember it being really overstable. And you catch one of those side fairway trees, and you're going to be short too.
Yeah, going to be another long look. But that's okay. I'll take par on this hole if that's what I can get.
Forehand from GT. Yo, this is deep, and OB coming in close, but he's going to land short of that.
Yeah, he was about a foot or two from that OB line.
Very good break. Collin needs to get this up and down. Bogey at this point is putting other things at risk. But this should do nicely. His zone is parked.
Yeah, great little up and down there.
Fredy looks like he's going to run this even though he doesn't need to.
Oh, yeah, he's running everything.
I'm going to start calling him full send Fredy.
I like that name.
I'm not actually doing that, Fredy. Please don't hate me for saying that. I feel like I probably should take that out. I won't, because Full Send Fredy is amazing.
Of course not. We'll keep that in there.
He's amazing. Full Send Fredy is awesome. He's shooting 8 down through the first 10 holes. We like Full Send Fredy. GT now. From circle 2 for a birdie look. Oh,
Got it.
okay. Sneaks that in on the right side there. He's going to move to 5 down. Fredy now. Oh, his first mistake of the round. An unnecessary bogey, and just not something you're used to seeing based on how he's been playing today.
Yeah, his putter does not touch the ground too often.
Good putt from you for par. As you mentioned, par on this hole is not that bad.
Nope, not too bad.
Taking a look at scores right now. Hole 15 playing on the more difficult side, averaging 4.47. So that birdie from GT really is strokes on, folks, while the pars are not losing too many, at least to the leader's perspective. Hole 16 now, 330, very similar to hole 8. Rather than throwing to the wall, you got to throw over it. What's tricky about this green if you're going to try to keep the disc next to the basket?
Well, the ceiling isn't too high, so it's very easy to miss low. So you have to have pretty much a perfect shot to get on that plateau to be under the basket.
GT first here. See, his arms are in the air. He's celebrating.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I've got this one on lock. We're going to take another look at this tee shot. Absolute park job from GT. It's going to be back-to-back birdies for him. Winds up. Gets this on a good angle. And you can see, once he knows that the line's been hit, couple arms here. Yes, he finally did it. Little baby celebration.
I think round 1 he didn't have a great hole, so he was really happy about this one.
Well, he has made up for it in full, as he is 4 to maybe 5 feet at the most from that basket. It's a tap-in birdie. Here you are. Is that the rock?
Yep, just doing the same thing I did in round 1, hitting those trees.
Yep, too high, but trickles down a lot farther. Are you in the water down there?
I think it was actually like just left of the water. There was a little edge, like little cliff thing.
Here's Collin with his forehand. This is turned over too much and headed towards the water. Is that water casual or OB for this hole? Remind me.
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure it was casual.
I think it was too. I just didn't want to declare it.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I don't remember everything, but I'm pretty sure it was casual.
Fredy now trying to match GT's shot. This has the right line, but this has too much air under it, and it is going to go well deep of the basket. Oh, yeah, just short of the water. 50-foot putt or so from you coming up. Up and over the creek. Oh, come on. You've had so many of those just off the front basket. I want them to go in.
Yeah, that one was weird. I wanted to jump putt. If I jump putted, I was going right in the creek, though.
Yeah, I was going to say you'd have gone swimming.
Oh, my God.
That kind of scooted off the right side. Smiles from Fredy, though, because he knows he doesn't need it right now, even though he's only up 3 strokes. Collin with a chance to make things interesting if he can keep getting birdies, but again, he's going to have to go to that, put a foot in front of the other one, kind of weird lie because he couldn't take a stance and just pitch up for a par. So we'll see 3 pars and 1 birdie for this hole, moving us on to hole 17.
GT snagged the cash CTP on that hole as well.
Oh, did he really? That's awesome. It feels good to be the last card to go get that, too. 320 on hole 17 here. OB on the left side if that comes into play because you turn something over or not enough. There is OB behind the basket as well. There's a fence that's along the left side, barbed wire fence, and then a kind of wicket fence on the right side protecting you from going too deep. Really, you throw. I think we saw a lot of forehands on the right side flexing to the basket. I think we'll see a lot more of that today as well.
Yeah, that's definitely the main play on this hole.
This is looking
super overstable.
Yeah, this is looking just fine. In circle for GT, giving him a chance for 3 birdies in a row. And taking a look at his round, or this back 9, I should say, other than hole 14, he's really been putting together a very solid back 9. This needs to not drift into the OB. Ooh. Stays on the barbed wire fence. You're going to be inbounds.
Yes, sir. I thought I hit the first tree on that left side. I thought it was so close.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's not good. And Collin just went the same direction Cole did in round 1.
Yeah, now Collin has to be aware of GT's only 2 strokes back from him.
That's right. He's been losing strokes. And Fredy goes out of bounds as well. So there could be a bit of a mix-up here down the stretch. It may be a 3-stroke lead, but if Collin can get up and down and Fredy gets not up and down, this could be an interesting switch or change of events here.
Yeah, Fredy's up and down is going to be a lot easier than Collin's up and down.
And we see Collin can't even get to the basket. It's just going to be a pitch up, which means he won't be able to get a stroke on Fredy. He's just going to have to take that bogey.
Yeah, Fredy will probably get a stroke on him because where he went OB is pretty open and pretty close to the basket.
He's going to give it a run. Takes his breath. Good bid from him. He's had some good runs on top of some amazing makes. He'll have a tap-in bogey. Here's you for birdie. There we go. Hole 17 plays as the 3rd easiest hole, averaging 2.93.
Yeah, this one feels good to get on a backhand. It feels really good.
And you said it. Things are about to get interesting between Collin and GT. That is a 2-stroke swing from birdie bogey, which means GT and Collin after this tap-in should be tied.
Yeah, it happens quickly out here.
Just like that, the podium is uncertain for 2nd and 3rd place. Fredy just has to par this. Even a bogey, I think, will guarantee the win here. Hole 18, par 4, 703. If you're playing for the par, what do you got to do?
You just want to hyzer something off to the left with the driver. Anywhere down there, you should be getting a pretty easy par. Very hard birdie.
I was going to say the second shot is, I think, the most difficult part here because it's a tight tunnel, it's blind, it's elevated, and depending on where your disc lands off the tee shot, you might not have a clear run-up.
Yeah, you can have the best shot ever, and the birdie will still be very hard.
Here's GT. He's had 3 birdies.
GT with, 3 birdies in a row.
See if he can make it 4. That would be quite the comeback. And he is going to be snug right along that tree. We'll see if that impacts his run-up at all. Here's your tee shot. Leaked a little right. Maybe some good cabbage, though. Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's a good spot right there.
Collin coming into the day with a 4-stroke lead, now doing everything he can to hold on to 2nd place. This drive looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like how he flipped that up on the left side. That looks great.
And that's huge. He's going to be actually just a little bit in front of GT, so he'll get some information too, depending on how GT gets his disc towards the basket. Or doesn't if he hits early. Oh my goodness, Fredy just yanked that into the right side rough and it kicked to center fairway.
Yeah, just one more tree kick to end his day.
I call that champ love. Sometimes if it's your day, you're just not going to go in the woods.
Yep, I agree.
He's throwing his, what's that stamp? The Polgato?
Oh, yeah, that was so funny.
He's got a fun disc there with a little die on it.
Yeah, I believe that was his Warbird.
Here is GT, and he's got a clean throw through the gap. This has a chance to get in circle, and it does.
Yeah, I can't believe he was having a tough time with the run-up, and he finally got it and threw that shot, and I was just so mind-blown.
Here's your turnover, and oh, I thought you hit the gap.
Yeah, I was full sending it because GT started taking off on me. Well, Collin's got to put it close to match GT.
He's hung this out on the left side. Sneaks through it, though. This needs to settle.
Oh, my gosh.
And no one wants to give up the podium. Or, I'm sorry, give up second place. They're both on podium. We'll see if GT can convert his circle's edge putt. And if Collin can make his 15-footer.
I was trying to throw that one in for the little crowd right there.
Yeah, going after the catch cam's feet there. I see what you're doing. Got a little backstop. Fredy doesn't need anything special here. Just a little approach. He's going to put it by the basket. And he has a spectacular final round. Like 8 down through 10, the 4 over he's essentially going to shoot with the last 8 holes won't even matter. He'll still have a -4 on the day, which is a spectacular round.
Yep, and GT just matched him with the -4. GT was even through 14 and went birdie, 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 birdie.
That's right. PR, he said, for himself out here. And you mentioned it.
Yeah, -4 is a wonderful score. That's very impressive.
Yeah, he needed all 4 of those final birdies to get it. Collin left with this putt. There's no drama. An easy tap in for him to tie for second place. So we have our 1, 2, and 2 finalized, but that doesn't matter anymore. We have our champion to declare. Fredy Meza. Spectacular tournament here is going to take down his A-tier. And this has been a tough year for him. He's taken second like 4 or 5 times at different events this year. He finally able to get over the hump, put together a fantastic tournament. Big smile from him to finally get the job done. Gets that A-tier win he's been looking for all year.
Yeah, congratulations to Fredy. He played so great.
Fun card, fun people, and fun scores we had all around, all 3 rounds. Just absolutely a blast to film and watch. Taking a look at just those back 9 scores. GT scorecard absolutely on fire for those last 4 holes. And taking a look at final standings here. Fredy with the final -10 overall win. GT and Collin take -8. And you mentioned that you had a pretty good cushion there for 4th place. You're taking solo 4th to round up our final card after the tournament. Thank you so much, Debo, for joining me for the commentary today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it a bunch.
If you haven't already, please check out our Patreon. Without their support, we could not continue making coverage the way we do. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys at the next event.